Hey everyone, this is Linda, and in this video I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of my 2021 Day in the Life album. So I used the 4x6 album from Ali Edwards, and this holds 2 separate days in the life. And I just added some stickers here that were from the Basics collection to write Day in the Life. I didn't actually put the 21 on the side because this is actually the only Day in the Life album I have done, I think, as a standalone album. Maybe I'll go back and add the date at some point, but I just like it very simple. And for this album, you'll see I went very simple. I used the kids and just kind of focused on getting the stories told. So for the first Day in the Life this year, or just to do a cover here actually, before I even dove into the first one, I added this Day in the Life transparency that came with the kit, or with the album, I can't remember exactly, but most of the products in here are from the Day in the Life kit and album from 2021. And I overlaid that on this card here, which was this heart, which I believe was from the Stories by the Year collection. And I just stamped 2021 and added a sticker on there. So this would overlay on that. Because this album holds 2 separate days in life, I kind of wanted that to be a little like intro for the whole album. So then I go into the first Day in the Life, which was March 9th, 2021. For this one, I used the Around Here cards. And I did all 4x6 photos and all using my DSLR camera. So I added this Day in the Life digital on here for like a title page here. But beyond that, I kind of followed a similar formula. I went with all 4x6. I did the Around Here cards and I typed up on my computer and printed on the physical cards. I think that this one actually was printed on a digital card because I messed up the physical one, but the rest are all physical cards. And I added the little heart chipboard pieces to check off one of these boxes. And I just kind of used the prompt Around Here to do my journaling and took some photos. So I do have a remote control for my DSLR camera and use that quite a bit. And I really focused on my photography and using my DSLR camera because in March of 2021, we were all working or doing school from home. And this was a day that no one went anywhere. Pretty much. I think we all just stayed home. I know I stayed home all day. So here's me working and my cat hanging out with me. I'm doing laundry. And, you know, this is my Day in the Life album. And so it does include my family, but it really is my day, a day in my life, not a day in everyone's life. So I do include them to the extent they're part of what's going on around here. So here's one showing, you know, my daughter and my husband working from the kitchen, my cat sitting there staring at me. Here's our lunch. My husband and I took our lunch breaks together while we were working from home. And then after work, I'm back, you know, scrapbooking and watching TV. And then I tried to do one photo per Around Here. I am not great at reducing the number of photos. So I had to do a few extras. So I just added in this spread where there's 2 photos and added in a little transparency here. I just cut this down from my stash. I believe it was a 12 by 12. And then added this chipboard on here from the Heart scrapbook kit. And then the word phrase stickers were from the Day in the Life release. And then I just added one on the back there, just to have something a little different and to add a couple more favorite photos from the day that didn't have journaling to go with them. So my husband and daughter made dinner this day, so I took a photo. And then my daughter working on homework in the evening. And then me getting ready for bed, brushing my teeth. And then finally I'm in bed reading my book. And that was the end of the first Day in the Life. The second Day in the Life was documented in October, and life looks so much different now than it did in March. So I love having these in this album together, but I wanted some sort of divider. So I just did another transparency from my stash. It was a 12 by 12 again, and I just cut it down and I didn't even embellish it at all. I think it's just nice to have as a nice little divider in here to separate the 2 days. So for this one, I used my phone for all of my photos. And I did the 3x4 size and did the today cards that were also in the kit. So I started with this one and added the date for the title and then just a photo of me at work right now on this day because I was back working in the office. And back in March, I was going to the office like once a week, I think. And it just happened that my day in the life didn't fall on that day, which was perfect because I feel like that was a better picture of what life looked like right then. Now I'm back in the office almost every day. And so this was a better picture of what life looks like now. And so I really like how that worked out. So then I just kind of went through pairing the today cards with a photo and some today journaling. And then today I, we, or you. And that was either, most of them are about me, but some of them I did include what my husband and daughter were doing or what we were doing as a family. That is one thing I didn't really like about this day. It happened to be a day that we didn't do much together. So there's not a lot of like family time, but it is what it is. For some of the photos, I didn't have journaling to pair with them, but I wanted to include the photos. So I tried to use the speech bubbles that were in the kit as much as possible. And I backed them all in this polka dot paper that was in my December daily stash from an old Kelly Perky for Ali Edwards mini kit. And even though it was created for December daily, there's nothing specifically December about it. And I have so many December daily supplies. I thought it would be perfect to pull it out and use it in this album as a backer for these speech bubbles. And then on each photo for this day in the life, I included a word phrase strip and one of the chipboard hearts. So here's me at work. I work in an office for the government. I'm an attorney. And we have a lot of secrecy rules. So I have to be very careful about taking photos at work, but I was able to kind of take a photo of some of the stuff I'm working on or just like my office in general, because I just got some books here and nothing that you could see anything secret on, even like these papers here or something printed off the internet. So it wasn't even something that needed to be secret. So most of the time I can't do something like that, but it just worked out that I could this time. I also took a photo of my lunch right in front of my computer, eating at my desk, paired it with this speech bubble here. And then I had asked my husband and daughter to send me photos throughout the day of what they were doing. This was a Friday, and my daughter had, it was actually homecoming that day. So she had Spirit Week, and she had a big pep rally. So she sent me a few photos from that I was able to include. My husband did send me one of him working also that I include a little bit later. This is me at work with one of my coworkers, my friend that I went for a walk with. This one. So one of the things I do at work is I go for walks to get some exercise in and take a break and some social time with my friends. So I used the made time for speech bubble and added the word walking on here to pair with another photo from one of my walks. And I just did a different chipboard on here just to kind of mix it up a little bit. And then here, today you for my husband working, just like this one, today you for my daughter's school day, with my work time walks in the middle there. And then because the pep rally at her school actually had some professional photographers, and they shared those on the school's Facebook page. And so I pulled some of those photos and was able to get this one of my daughter and one of my best friend's daughters, which I thought was super fun to put in here. And then I added the moment captured speech bubble for that. Then there's me arriving home. I took this picture. I was just pulling into my driveway. So before going into my garage, I just took a picture so that I could see what my house and my car looked like right now, and just journaled about arriving home. And then, of course, I was exhausted from the day. So just me relaxing and my cat and just kind of what I'm doing to relax right now, adding a little speech bubble here. Then me cooking dinner. For this one, I just used my Apple Watch as a remote and set up my iPhone to focus on me cooking. And then I went back to cooking and set the timer to take a picture of me. And then I just kind of talked about, what we all did in the evening for dinner. And then that evening, we all did, so this is today because after dinner, we all went our separate ways. My daughter went to the homecoming football game. My husband's watching football and baseball in the living room, and I was doing some scrapbooking. So I just kind of journal about that with a photo of my husband. And then I always read before bed, so I decided to take a photo of my book. And then this is my nightstand. I have right here all of my to be read books. So I liked getting that in the background just to kind of see what was on my list at that point in time. And on the currently reading speech bubble, I stamped out the name of the book I was reading, even though you can see it in the photo. And then I just ended, I didn't take a lot of photos at the end of the day. I tend to be kind of done by that point in time, but I did capture this one of my cat curled up over here, which is something he's randomly been doing in the evening sometimes, just sleeping right there under my mirror. I don't know why. So I just wanted to kind of capture that, and I added the speech bubble, tomorrow's a new day, and I just kind of finished it off like that. So I really love that I have these 2 day in the lives documented in this mini album. In the past, I have included days in the life in my Project Life album, but I really love that these are in this little separate album, and the 2 days from this year are together because they are so different. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know.